Welcome back to NotReelFishing, everybody, and today we're fishing the usual spot. I do have to apologize for two things. One, the clickbaity title, and two, the fact that the fish that I've been catching that I thought were crappie, they're not. A few of you pointed out that they're actually a type of fish called a flyer, which is actually a fairly rare species of sunfish that, I mean, I'd never heard of them, and neither had the antique fish finder. And they're actually pretty rare around here, but apparently not in this spot because that's all we catch here. And they are also known as government fish, sad brim, fly brim. But yeah, I do have to apologize. I've been misidentifying them for a very long time, and I always knew if you go back to those first few videos, I'd always mention that they always looked weird. Something just didn't look right. And I'm very glad that you guys actually brought it to my attention of what they actually were and got it straightened out for me, because it was driving me insane. Because I was like, I know these aren't crappie, but I guess that's what they are. That's what I'm sticking with, because I had no idea what else to call them. So that's what I stuck with. And but yeah, today I'm just kind of playing around with some goofy jig head that I tied the other day. There ain't nothing's taken it yet, but got this little jig head that I tied some goofy stuff on. But we're I'm gonna tie on a different jig head, I think, and then if we don't get any bites on it, I'm probably gonna switch over to my Roto Tenkara USA rod. That is not my fly box, and we'll get it started. So what we got to fish with today is the fly that we normally use. The only difference is I tied this with white thread instead of that silvery kind of shiny thread. And I'm just curious if it's going to make a difference. It shouldn't make too much of a difference, but you never really know until you know. So it's a little bit longer of a leader too, just a little bit. Oh, it's out there. So now we do know this spot, the fish here are very temperamental. We have no idea if they're actually going to bite today or if they're just going to taunt me like usual. Last time I was here, as you guys saw, it was fantastic. But I came the day after and didn't get a single nibble. There we go. So, for the record, come here. This is not a crappie. They look like them, and they're apparently commonly misidentified for black crappie, which I always thought they were weird because they didn't have the right colors. But the way you know it's a fly brim is they have a teardrop marking underneath the eye, which is why they call them crying brim, sad brim. Don't know why they call them fly brim, but I think probably because they're so small. But there you go. So that's one down. Let's hopefully catch a few more. If we catch one more on this fly, I probably will change, because I have so many new ones that I tied that I want to give a try. So, but we'll see. Got another one. Feels a little bit better than the last one, not by much. Fighting a little bit harder. There's another. Oh wow, I thought my fly had disintegrated. It didn't. Oh, There's another nice little flyer. They are still pretty fish, even if they're not crappie. Alright guys, so I switched to one that's got a like silver bead head with some like red flash on the back and then a little bit of white behind the head. And we're gonna see how that goes. It's still small, but I'm hoping maybe with this little bit of weight that's on it, it might sink a little bit faster and we can jig it a little bit better than the ones that are, you know, not weighted at all. I don't really know yet. So we're gonna find out. I do have it in other colors as well. So if red's not a good option, I do have one, of course, in white, since that seems to be one of the preferred colors for these fish. Well, it catches fish. And just so y'all know, I have my pliers today. So if one of these do swallow it, I've got my pliers and my car key. There we go. Nice little flyer. I probably will call them a crappie again at some point in this video just by accident, because that's what I thought they were for so long. But yeah, let's just get a few more of those. I'm actually gonna try to fish this out in the center and see what happens. See if we get lucky out there. Maybe there's something in this swifter current that's a little bit bigger. Oof, got him. This is a nice size one. Oh no. Well, he was a nice size one. Apparently these brim only get up to about 5 inches is like their average size. So some of the ones I've caught were actually pretty big for, not on this side, but at the other spot. Pretty big for how big they get. They're the smallest of the brim species. At least here in North Carolina. I'm gonna try this a few more times, and if not, I might try a different color, just because this is an experimental day, because it's not absolutely freezing cold. And it's a good day just to kind of experiment and see what, you know, works, what doesn't. So I can build up my repertoire of flies to tie at home. Ooh, this one feels good. Oh no, man, that one felt good. Maybe I'll keep this on. That felt really good. That felt like a nice sized fish. I mean, I could barely get him to move. Maybe I should take my time and not rush it as much. This one doesn't feel quite as big. Oh, where are you going? Running every which way. Y'all see that, dude? Taking off. Going to a whole nother, trying to get around the pole. Another little flyer. Oops. Yeah, I do want to thank y'all so much for correcting me on that, because it's been driving me absolutely insane. And to finally have the proper species just makes me feel so much better. It's always felt like I was just kind of lying about it. I was like, I mean, I didn't like know 100% that they weren't crappy, but I was like, oops, that was a terrible cast. I just never really knew what they were, so I just assumed they were just some crappy with small mouths. I don't know. Apparently I'm not the only one, because it's a pretty common mistake. So I want to thank you guys for that. You guys know who you are. I really appreciate it. Let's catch some more fish. I'm not sure if I was even recording that last fish, guys, but we lost our streak of not dropping fish. There's another one. Another little flyer. Still pretty little fish. I know you guys are probably tired of seeing this spot. I'm kind of tired of fishing here too, but I am catching fish. I want to catch something different. But I do have some good news for you. This coming up weekend, I will be going to Raleigh, to where a friend of mine lives. And there's a dam back in the woods. And if we can get out there, that's where we're going to be fishing over the weekend. If not, we'll be fishing the creek that flows out of the dam. But at that dam, I've caught catfish. I've caught bass. That one's fighting pretty good. I got a good one, guys. Strong little guy. Strong. Very strong. Look at the size of that guy. He's healthy. Fit my whole thumb in his mouth. That's a nice size one right there. Absolutely gorgeous fish. I love these little things. Ow! Sharp little fins and little turd, man. It hurt. Poke me in the finger. Well, let's get out there and catch a few more. So yeah, like I was saying, I will be going up to Raleigh this weekend. And I'll be fishing a dam that's back in the woods. I mean, I could put up some pictures of fish that I've caught there before, but they wouldn't be on, it was on rod and reel. It wasn't on, actually that's not true. I caught the catfish on my Tenkara rod with my 13-foot Tenkara USA Imago. I caught them on there with like a weird colored woolly bugger that has like the little legs and stuff sticking out. That's what I'd caught those on, as well as black woolly buggers. I haven't tried it with like actual Tenkara style flies, so when I go up there, I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. But it is wintertime, and I've never fished there wintertime, so I don't know how the bite's gonna be. So I might get out there and get skunked. I have no earthly idea. Oh man, I swear it looked like a fish. That was weird. Maybe I got pulled by the current. all this rain. I'm trying to get it next to those poles. We had a nice sized bite over there a minute ago that we lost. But yeah, I mean, I'd love for you guys to get to catch some different species for a change. Come on, little guy. Yeah, maybe we'll give it a... This is a nice size one too. Ooh, boy. You swallowed it. Where'd I put the pliers? Oh, in my other pocket. Switch hands so I can get to the pliers easier, and I put the pliers in a different pocket. Actually, I have no idea where they're at. Where did I put the pliers? What in the world? Where's my phone? My wallet? What in the tarnation? Well, I guess we're gonna have to give him the old car key treatment, because I have no idea where my pliers are. Which way did that hook go there, bud? There we go. Flies out. He's got pretty vertical bands. See those different color bands there? Those are really pretty. Beautiful little sunfish. Ooh, buddy. Alright guys, we changed flies. It's kind of like a, I guess a copper john. I'm not really sure. I'm not very good at the names of flies. But it's got a little bit of copper on the back. A little bit of white. And you turd, get quit entangled up. I just tied a knot in it just by holding the dang thing. Which magically came undone. Okay. We already have one wind knot in this. We don't need more. Little booger. Well, bit that one and took off. So it catches fish. Got a pretty little orange tail on him. You see that? All that orange right there? Like a little bloop splotch there and a bloop. Oh, that's just water. I feel like he had another splotch on his back. He's a cute little guy. Alright. I don't know how long I'm going to fish this fly because it's got that copper is pretty heavy and it's making it kind of hard to fish in such a shallow little area. Well, it's deep here, but I mean, it's just a short rod. I don't have very much action to it. It sinks a little bit too fast. Switched over to a whitish kabari kind of style, but I put some shiny like material on the back. This fly is before I had the whip finisher, so it's already starting to come untied. But I'm still curious if it'll, you know, maybe catch a fish before it dies. This line is so sensitive, I can feel when the raindrops hit it. Or this rod, I mean. I just saw a fish flash. Got one on the broken fly. Fly's coming apart, but it still catches fish. Hey, don't splash me. That's rude. Yeah. Nice little flyer. Alright, I'm going to change that fly just because it's getting ready to fall apart. And then maybe we'll stick with one for a while. Alright guys, the rain is really starting to pick up a little bit. I switched again to just a little the yellow one we used before, wrapped with the pink fluorescent thread with the pink head. Mostly because it's starting to get dark, so I thought maybe something a little bit brighter, you know, would help. And there's not a lot of sun, or I put something with more shine to it, but, you know. Let's go to the other side just to see what's going on over here where there's more current. Let's see if we can get lucky with something over here by this tree, just for a change of scenery, you know? Nah, it's too much current. Well then, let's just go back over to the, oh no, to the bridge. We know there's fish. It's just too much current over there and too much rain. That was a terrible cast. Well guys, I think I'm gonna call it here. Seems like the bite's finally turned off. It is currently 4:43, sounds about right. For some reason in the wintertime, these fish do not like biting after 5 o'clock. It's like they're like, you know what? Food's over, clocking out, going home. But I'm hoping I'll get one more like last time, right, for the video closes. But maybe not lucky this time. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me when you guys stick around. And I will be adding more videos next week. Hopefully we'll be able to get out to that dam and maybe get a different species on the list. I mean, I'd be happy to see a bluegill at this point. But you guys take it easy. Here you go guys. I figured I'd just give you a nice aerial view from the top of the road. the spot that we normally fish at. We normally fish right down there, so thought y'all enjoy that.